Countdown to Mars, Trump's 2024 commitment to American flag mission gains endorsement from SpaceX's Elon Musk. Date, January 25, 2025. The countdown to a historic manned mission to Mars has gained significant momentum following President Donald Trump's resounding reaffirmation of his commitment to send American astronauts to the Red Planet during his recent inaugural address. This ambitious initiative, framed within the context of Manifest Destiny, aims to position the United States as a leader in space exploration while promising to plant the American flag on Mars. Notably, this vision has received enthusiastic backing from Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX, which is poised to be a crucial partner in this venture. Trump's vision for Mars. In his inaugural address on January 20, 2025, President Trump stated, "We will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars," echoing his previous promises made during the campaign. He emphasized the importance of returning American astronauts to the forefront of space exploration, specifically targeting Mars. However, Trump's address left many specifics ambiguous, including the timelines for such missions, potential funding sources, and how this initiative would impact existing NASA programs, particularly the Artemis program, which focuses on lunar exploration. SpaceX's role and ambitious timelines. Elon Musk's SpaceX is at the forefront of developing the necessary technology for Mars exploration, primarily through its Starship rocket. Musk expressed his enthusiasm during Trump's address, signaling SpaceX's readiness to conduct uncrewed missions to Mars as early as 2026, coinciding with optimal planetary alignment. He projected that crewed landings could occur before the end of Trump's term in January 2029. This aggressive timeline is in stark contrast to NASA's more cautious approach, which suggests that crewed missions may not take place until the 2030s. While Musk's optimism is noteworthy, it is tempered by the reality of recent setbacks. The Starship has faced challenges, including a significant explosion during a test flight, which Musk referred to as a rapid unscheduled disassembly. Despite these failures, both Musk and NASA officials maintain that such incidents are part of the iterative process essential for ensuring the safety and success of future missions. Political and programmatic implications. The announcement of a Mars mission raises critical questions about its implications for NASA's budget and existing programs. The vagueness surrounding the specifics of the initiative has left many in the space community and among policymakers seeking clarity. Trump's commitment to Mars exploration, while inspiring, could potentially divert funding from other essential NASA projects, creating tension within the space exploration community. Timeline of events. October 9, 2024. During a campaign rally, Trump asserts that the U.S. will lead in space and aims to reach Mars by the end of his term. January 20, 2025. In his inaugural address, Trump reaffirms the commitment to plant the American flag on Mars alongside Musk, who supports the vision. However, specifics regarding timelines and NASA's current programs remain unclear. 2026, SpaceX plans to launch uncrewed missions to Mars contingent on the success of ongoing test flights. 2028, Musk predicts that crewed missions could occur, aligning with Trump's term, while NASA suggests a timeline extending into the 2030s. Differences between sources. Analysis of various sources highlights differing emphases on the specifics of Trump's plans. The New York Times underscores the ambiguity of Trump's commitment, focusing on the lack of clarity regarding funding and timelines. In contrast, USA Today emphasizes Musk's ambitious projections for Mars missions and his determination to see them realized. While all sources acknowledge the challenges faced by SpaceX, they vary in their depiction of Musk's response to setbacks, with USA Today presenting a more optimistic view. Conclusion. In summary, President Trump's renewed commitment to a Mars mission, bolstered by Elon Musk and SpaceX, signals a revitalized ambition for U.S. leadership in space exploration. However, this initiative is accompanied by uncertainties surrounding execution, funding allocation, and implications for NASA's ongoing programs. As the timeline for potential missions unfolds, the space community watches closely. aware that significant challenges lie ahead in the quest to plant the American flag on Mars. The next few years will be crucial in determining the feasibility of these ambitious goals and the future of human exploration beyond Earth. The content provided discusses President Donald Trump's renewed commitment to a manned mission to Mars during his recent inaugural address, which has garnered support from Elon Musk and SpaceX. Here are some counterintuitive insights that emerge from the information. 1. Ambitious goals versus vague plans. While Trump's promise to send astronauts to Mars is framed as a bold vision, the lack of specific details regarding timelines and funding stands in stark contrast to the ambitious nature of the goal. This disconnect between aspiration and concrete planning represents a common phenomenon in political rhetoric, where grand visions often lack the necessary groundwork to be realized. 2. Public enthusiasm versus technical challenges. Musk's optimism about the timeline for Mars missions contrasts sharply with the technical setbacks faced by the Starship rocket. This highlights a counterintuitive situation where the public and political enthusiasm for space exploration does not align with the realities of technological development, which is often fraught with failures and delays. 3. Manifest destiny in space. The invocation of manifest destiny in the context of space exploration suggests a historical parallel to America's westward expansion. However, this notion can be counterintuitive as it raises questions about the ethical implications of claiming new frontiers, especially in terms of colonization and the potential consequences for any extraterrestrial environments that might be impacted. For our private sector versus government goals, the partnership between SpaceX and NASA represents a significant shift in how space exploration is conducted. While Musk's private company is pushing for rapid advancements and ambitious timelines, NASA's more cautious approach reflects the complexities of governmental oversight and the inherent risk aversion in public sector projects. This juxtaposition can create tension between the two entities, revealing that the drive for innovation in the private sector is not always compatible with public safety and regulatory frameworks. 5. Potential impact on existing programs. Trump's focus on Mars exploration raises uncertainties for NASA's existing commitments, particularly the Artemis program aimed at lunar exploration. This could be seen as counterintuitive, since prioritizing a Mars mission may detract from crucial lunar research and development that has implications for long-term human spaceflight strategies. The resource allocation and strategic focus required for Mars could undermine the broader goals of sustainable lunar exploration. 6. Optimism amid uncertainty. There is a paradoxical optimism expressed by Musk regarding the potential for crewed missions to Mars by 2028, despite the significant technical challenges and failures experienced during Starship testing. This reflects a broader trend in the tech and space industries, where optimism about the future can sometimes overshadow current realities, leading to overconfidence in the face of uncertainty. These counterintuitive themes highlight the complexities and tensions inherent in ambitious space exploration initiatives, particularly when political rhetoric and public enthusiasm collide with the practical challenges of technology ethics and resource management. In the context of Trump's renewed commitment to a manned mission to Mars, several aspects of the report stand out that may be overlooked but are significant for understanding the broader implications of this initiative. 1. Vague implementation details. While Trump's rhetoric emphasizes ambition and leadership in space, the lack of concrete details regarding timelines and funding is critical. This ambiguity can lead to confusion about the feasibility of the mission. Trump's statements suggest a sense of urgency, yet without a clear roadmap, the initiatives could face significant hurdles in execution. The implications for NASA's existing programs, especially the Artemis lunar program, remain unclear, which could lead to a misalignment of priorities in U.S. space exploration. 2. Manifest destiny and national identity. The invocation of manifest destiny in Trump's address is noteworthy. This concept, historically used to justify westward expansion in the United States, carries a weighty significance in the context of space exploration. It suggests a belief in American exceptionalism and a moral imperative to lead in space. This framing could influence public perception and support for the mission, but it also raises ethical questions about space colonization and international cooperation in space. How the U.S. positions itself as a leader in space could have lasting implications for international relations and space law. 3. Role of private industry. SpaceX's involvement in Musk's enthusiastic endorsement highlight the increasing role of private companies in space exploration. This partnership between the government and private sector is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can accelerate innovation and reduce costs. On the other hand, it raises concerns about accountability, profit motives, and the potential sidelining of NASA's traditional roles. The reliance on private entities for critical missions may shift the landscape of space exploration, leading to a new dynamic in how missions are funded and executed. 4. Technical challenges and iterative testing. Musk's optimistic timeline for crewed missions contrasts sharply with NASA's more conservative projections. The challenges faced by SpaceX, particularly in testing the Starship rocket, are significant. While failures are part of the iterative process in aerospace development, the frequency of these setbacks indicates potential risks to the proposed schedule. The optimism surrounding SpaceX's capabilities should be tempered with an understanding of the technological and logistical hurdles that remain. This discrepancy in timelines could lead to public disillusionment if expectations are not met. 5. Broader impacts on NASA's budget and focus. The commitment to a Mars mission could have profound budgetary implications for NASA. Potential reallocations of funding to prioritize Mars over other missions may inhibit progress on lunar exploration and other scientific endeavors. This could lead to a fragmentation of the U.S. space program, where ambitious goals may overshadow foundational research and development that benefit a broader range of scientific fields. Stakeholders in the space community may need to advocate for a balanced approach that considers both ambitious goals and existing commitments. 6. Public perception and political capital. Trump's promise to plant the American flag on Mars is not just a scientific goal but also a political maneuver to rally support among his base. The narrative of American leadership in space could serve as a powerful tool for garnering public support and political capital. However, the reality of space exploration is complex and may not align with the simplified narratives often presented in political discourse. The public's understanding of the challenges and realities of space missions is crucial for maintaining support, which may falter if expectations are not met. Conclusion. The ambition to send humans to Mars is a significant undertaking that encapsulates both the potential for scientific advancement and the complexities of political, ethical, and logistical challenges. The nuances within Trump's commitment to this mission and Musk's enthusiastic support highlight critical areas that merit closer examination. The interplay between public perception, private industry, and government priorities will shape the future of U.S. space exploration and its role on the international stage. As the countdown to Mars progresses, these overlooked elements will play a pivotal role in determining the success and sustainability of such an audacious goal. 1. Trump's vision and manifest destiny. Trump's commitment to send American astronauts to Mars is framed within the rhetoric of manifest destiny, suggesting a historical notion of American exceptionalism and leadership in space exploration. This vision, articulated in his inaugural address, emphasizes a nationalistic approach to space travel, positioning it as a continuation of the United States' expansionist ideology. However, the lack of specific details regarding timelines, funding, and the implications for existing NASA programs such as Artemis raises questions about the practicality and execution of this ambitious goal. 2. SpaceX's technological role and timeline. Elon Musk and SpaceX play a crucial role in this mission with the development of the Starship rocket designed for Mars exploration. Musk's optimism about launching uncrewed missions by 2026 and potentially crewed missions by 2028 contrasts sharply with NASA's more conservative projections for the 2030s. This difference highlights the tension between private sector ambitions and governmental space policy, raising discussions about the viability of SpaceX's timeline and the technological challenges that remain, particularly in light of recent setbacks like the Starship's failed test flights. 3. Challenges and setbacks in space exploration. The narrative surrounding the Mars mission is not without significant challenges. Recent test flights of SpaceX's Starship have encountered failures, including explosions that illustrate the inherent risks of ambitious space endeavors. Both Musk and NASA officials view these setbacks as part of a learning process emphasizing iterative development. This perspective invites a deeper analysis of risk management in space exploration and the balance between innovation and safety, particularly as missions to Mars carry high stakes both technologically and politically. For political and programmatic implications for NASA, Trump's Mars initiative raises critical questions about the future of NASA's budget and priorities, especially regarding its commitments to lunar missions under the Artemis program. The lack of clarity in Trump's address concerning how this Mars mission will be funded and how it might affect existing programs creates uncertainty within the space community and among policymakers. This situation necessitates a discussion on the interplay between political agendas and scientific exploration, examining how leadership changes can reshape national priorities in space exploration and the implications for international collaborations in this field. 1. The Apollo Program, 1960s to 1970s. The Apollo program was a pivotal series of missions led by NASA with the goal of landing humans on the Moon and bringing them safely back to Earth. Initiated during President John F. Kennedy's administration, the program culminated in the historic Apollo 11 mission in July 1969, when astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first humans to walk on the lunar surface. This ambitious endeavor not only demonstrated American technological prowess during the Cold War but also served as a symbol of national pride and leadership in space exploration. The Apollo missions involved numerous challenges, including the design and testing of spacecraft, dealing with the risks of space travel, and overcoming political and budgetary hurdles. 2. The Lewis and Clark Expedition, 1804 to 1806. Commissioned by President Thomas Jefferson, the Lewis and Clark Expedition was an exploration of the newly acquired Louisiana Territory and beyond. This expedition aimed to map the land, establish trade with Native American tribes, and find a practical route to the Pacific Ocean. Meriwether Lewis and William Clark, along with their crew, faced significant challenges, including navigating uncharted territory, harsh weather conditions, and interactions with indigenous peoples. Their journey not only expanded American knowledge of the West but also symbolized the spirit of manifest destiny, as it embodied the belief in the United States' right and duty to expand across the continent. 3. The Manhattan Project, 1942 to 1945. The Manhattan Project was a secret U.S. government research project during World War II aimed at developing the first nuclear weapons. Under the leadership of figures like J. Robert Oppenheimer and General Leslie Groves, the project brought together some of the brightest scientific minds and considerable resources. Despite numerous challenges, including scientific, ethical, and logistical issues, the project successfully led to the development of atomic bombs, which were ultimately dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. The Manhattan Project not only marked a significant technological achievement but also had profound implications for international politics and military strategy, shaping the post-war world. The countdown to a potential manned mission to Mars has gained significant momentum, with President Donald Trump's renewed commitment during his recent inaugural address. Trump emphasized the goal of planting the American flag on the red planet, a vision supported by Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX. This initiative aligns with the broader theme of manifest destiny, framing U.S. leadership in space exploration as a national imperative. Key predictions for the future of the Mars mission. 1. Timeline and milestones. SpaceX aims to launch uncrewed missions to Mars as early as 2026, coinciding with favorable planetary alignment. If these missions are successful, Musk predicts that crewed landings could occur by 2028, potentially before the end of Trump's term. However, NASA's timeline remains more cautious. suggesting that crewed missions might extend into the 2030s. 2. Technological advancements. The success of these ambitious timelines is contingent upon overcoming current technological challenges. SpaceX's Starship has faced setbacks, including explosions during test flights. The iterative process of testing and refining the technology is essential for success. If SpaceX can address these challenges effectively, it may pave the way for more rapid advancements in space travel technology. 3. Funding and political support. The future of the Mars mission will heavily depend on federal funding and political support. Trump's commitment, while inspiring, lacks specifics regarding budget implications for NASA's existing programs, notably the Artemis program focusing on lunar exploration. As the political landscape evolves, the administration will need to ensure that adequate resources are allocated to support both lunar and Martian missions. 4. Public and international engagement. The mission to Mars will require public buy-in and possibly international collaboration. Engaging the public through education and outreach initiatives could foster enthusiasm and support for the mission. Additionally, potential partnerships with other space agencies or private companies could enhance the mission's feasibility and success. 5. Scientific and ethical considerations. As the mission progresses, there will be critical scientific and ethical considerations surrounding human colonization of Mars. Research into planetary protection, environmental impacts, and the ethical treatment of potential Martian ecosystems will be essential. Establishing a framework for responsible exploration will be crucial in garnering public trust and international cooperation. 6. Long-term vision for space exploration. The push to Mars could be a stepping stone for broader ambitions in space exploration. Successfully landing on Mars may lead to the establishment of a sustainable human presence, serving as a base for further exploration of the solar system, including missions to the moons of Jupiter and Saturn. This could position the U.S. as a leader in the next era of space exploration. 7. Impact on NASA's role. The renewed focus on Mars could redefine NASA's role in the landscape of space exploration. As private companies like SpaceX take the lead in certain missions, NASA may need to adapt its strategies and focus on research technology development and international collaboration. This shift could foster a new era of public-private partnerships in space. Conclusion. In summary, Trump's commitment to planting the American flag on Mars, supported by Elon Musk and SpaceX, highlights a renewed ambition for U.S. leadership in space exploration. While the timeline is ambitious and faces significant challenges, the potential benefits of such a mission are vast. As the landscape for space exploration evolves, the U.S. must navigate technological, political, and ethical considerations to turn this vision into reality. The coming years will be critical in shaping the future of human exploration beyond Earth.